Right before we went live, ladies and gentlemen, Parker told me that Mike Huckabee, that there's a name you really don't hear much nowadays. Mike Huckabee had an interview with Donald Trump. And of course, as Mike Huckabee and Donald Trump would do, getting together in mid-December, they apparently, and I haven't watched this yet, so I'm going to be just as shocked as this as all of you. I'm assuming Parker knows what I'm about to get into here.
Oh, yes.
I'm assuming they're going to talk about Christmas. Let's do this. Oh boy.
America had gone through a long period where people quit saying
Whoa. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, he has a beard now.
Yeah, I have to pause it right away. What is going on with Mike Huckabee?
Yeah, he's like 90 years old or something now.
Yeah, geez. I feel like he's getting ready to be a mall Santa next year. Like, he's not there yet, obviously. The beard ain't long enough, but he's clearly going for the early look. This is Tim Allen and the Santa Claus in the very beginning when he first starts taking over the reins. Let's continue.
Christmas. It's all happy holidays.
Oh, boy.
You deliberately changed that. And openly said, Merry Christmas, we're going to say it again.
In fact, it was part of my campaign, Mike. You know, the country had started with this woke, I guess, a little bit before that.
Yeah.
And it was embarrassing for stores to say Merry Christmas. You'd see these big chains. They want your money, but they don't want to say Merry Christmas. And they'd use reds and they'd use whites and snow, but they wouldn't say Christmas. And when I started campaigning, this was in 2015.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to let them declare that snowfall is a religious. The weather is that a Christian thing. I'm sorry.
Wait, really quick before you hit play again. Look at the scroll along the bottom right now. Despite woke cancel culture, America loves Christmas.
Oh my God. Let's rewind it just a little bit so we don't miss anything. Donald Trump to Newsmax. Despite woke cancel culture, America loves Christmas. Amazing. Just amazing.
Absolutely amazing. Also, the music choice here.
I gotta say, the music volume, whoever the audio producer of this failed, music volume way louder than they are. I could barely make them out, but the music is as crystal clear as possible.
2015, when I started campaigning, I said, you're going to say Merry Christmas again. And now people are saying it. Of course, they're not saying a lot of other things like George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson. You know, those names are being obliterated.
I forgot about
Who's going around saying George Washington?
Yeah, I forgot about those days, Parker, where you would just, you'd be leaving, I don't know, your local Christmas fair or whatever, local Christmas gathering, the town gathering outside. And as you're leaving, everyone goes, Merry Christmas, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson. It's like, I remember those days. We just don't have it anymore.
No.
Constitution. Declaration of Independence. Just they're rattling shit like that off. Alexander Hamilton, Ben Franklin, but no more.
Because of craziness. But they are saying Merry Christmas again. We got that. That was a big part of what I was doing. And I would say it all the time during that period, that we want them to say Merry Christmas. Don't shop at stores that don't say Merry Christmas. And I'll tell you, we brought it back very quickly.
You really did. And I think a lot of people appreciated that it was a part of the American culture. It was a part of who we are. It wasn't to exclude anybody. It was just simply a celebration of what America does at Christmas.
And America and the world, but America loves Christmas.
Yeah.
And whether you're Muslim, whether you're Christian, whether you're Jewish, everyone loves Christmas. And they'd say Merry Christmas until these crazy people came along and they wanted to stop it along with everything else. So I was very proud of that, actually. I remember I used to say, we will say Merry Christmas again in front of these massive crowds of people.
Oh my God, what happened to the music? All of a sudden it went into like weird, like sort of like native.
Yeah, it was like the Titanic theme.
Or that, yeah. Oh, there's another clip. Let's. This is much better than I even imagined. I guess I'm a little bit rusty, being that we haven't heard much from Trump nowadays, as much as we used to, at least. That I forgot.
The man's brain is just total pudding at the moment.
Right. Let's go to the second clip. I'm excited. It's got to get
President.
It's got to be even better. I'm assuming.
President, I want to say, because of you, a lot of Americans have had some great Christmases. You helped rebuild the economy, pride in our country, made us a strong military once again, stood up to China. When I think of all the ways that you led this country, energy independent for the first time in 75 years.
Right. No longer.
I think a lot of people are right now saying, I wish Donald Trump was president right now, this year for Christmas. What a great Christmas present that would be.
Well, it's been very sad when you look. We were energy independent, and now they're going to OPEC again, and they're begging for oil. And the gasoline price was $1.87, and now it's in California $7.50 a gallon.
Whoa. First of all, I don't remember $1.87 gas anywhere in like for the past 20 years. And as for $7.80, I don't know where I've seen like a high gas price in New York City that I've seen, besides like the one or two gas stations in Manhattan that are known for like charging $5 or something like that. It's like, $3.50, $3.60, $3.70. Maybe if you're getting like the premium $4. That's high in New York City. I don't know. Maybe California's, I don't know. I'm not a Californian, but seems like that's off.
Probably a little bit.
Yeah.
I said that during the debates. I said, wait till you watch what they do to energy. Wait till you watch what they do with inflation. Inflation is a killer. And so many other things. It's very sad to see what's happening. But our country will survive it. And I really believe we're going to be greater than ever before. But we're going through a very bad time. And they're all self-inflicted errors. These are errors that should never have happened. Energy, we had so much. So with energy as an example, we weren't doing well at all. We're doing poorly. I got in, we were bigger than Russia, bigger than Saudi Arabia, and within 1 year we would have been bigger than both put together. And now we're begging them for energy. We have more than they do. If you look at Anwar in Alaska, Ronald Reagan tried to get it approved, couldn't do it. No president could do it. I got it done.
All right, I'll say first clip was better because he stuck with the Christmas stuff. But I will say, it is really bizarre. It is really bizarre to see how much. And you know what? This isn't just conservatives and Republicans. It's older people in general harping on inflation and them spending like an extra buck or 50 cents or 25 cents on a product. And it's like, it's really interesting to see that that's what bothers all of you guys when like millennials and Gen Z have been saying, how the fuck are we supposed to afford education and homes that have gone up like 1,000+%? Like, yeah. Like it is really like it really bothers. It honestly really like it bothers me. So it's like I really am not that bothered that, oh no, I have to pay an extra 25 cents, 50 cents for a slice of pizza because, oh, I got to pay an extra $900,000 if I want to buy a home in an outer borough of New York City where I've lived my whole life than what people were paying just like 20 or 30 years ago. So yeah, I'll pay the extra 25 cents for the pizza if you could get me back to the 90s or the 80s or even the early 2000s of home prices in like Queens, New York, please.
Yeah. And if they actually cared about this stuff, if they actually cared about, prices going up, this and that. Yeah, they would do things about the big ticket items that are super expensive.
Like necessities, like things that you need. Like you don't have to buy like the fancy meats that are going up because there's some sort of supply chain issue. Like there's enough regular basic food out there. Like last time I checked, there wasn't a shortage of like beans or like bread or anything general like that. But they don't give a shit about the price of education. They don't give a shit about the price of childcare. They don't give a shit about the costs of healthcare, of shelter, home, whether it be rent or buying. Like it's incredible. But gas goes up 5 cents a gallon. Holy shit.
And the thing is, like, so it goes up, and it's not like any of Biden's policies like would have pushed gas prices up. It's especially because there was someone who posted on, I think it was on like TikTok, it was like filling her gigantic SUV. She's like, "Thanks, Biden." And it was posted like January 27th or something. It's like he's been in office for a week, and she's just like, "These gas prices are out of control." And that's something else that happens a lot with these discussions of like inflation and whatnot. It's you start to get where that they're talking about things that aren't they're not basing it in facts. They're like, oh yeah, the price went way up. Like Trump doing that thing where he's like, oh, $1.99 to $7 or whatever the hell he said. It's like none of that was true. So much of what he said was just nonsense falling out of his dying brain, you know?
But I will say true part is that people aren't just shouting random historical figures in the wild anymore. They're just not.
That has not been happening.
Yeah.
I want him to run on that. You know, if he's gonna run, he needs to run on. You're all gonna be saying Thomas Jefferson.
I mean, maybe the last time that actually was a thing was maybe when those people were alive and someone was trying to get their attention, like, "Yo, Abe Lincoln." Like,
I like the idea that like, oh, it's like, oh, Washington's been canceled. It's like, dude, there is a state and our nation's capital are both named after this guy. To the two things, and it becomes confusing at times because of this, you know?
Yeah.
But so one thing I do want to give Trump credit for this, and all of the War on Christmas people credit for this. You've got all of these movies. The theme of saving Christmas, it's not new. I mean, you know, I decided to type saving Christmas into IMDb, and you know, I found that Christmas has been saved by dogs, boys, men, Ernest, elves, trees, toys, drones, bears, cops, vampires, Kirk Cameron, Elmo, Nutcrackers, etc. There were like 70 movies that were like blank saved Christmas. So why not be the politician who saved Christmas? And all you have to do is say people are trying to cancel Christmas, and then when Christmas happens, you go, I did it.
Right.
I saved it.
Right.
What did I do? Nothing.
Right. I will say though that's like, you know, another point to like the cancellation or the war on Christmas. Like, what other holiday has such a vigorous vigorous amount of films that it has its own genre? Like,
Yeah.
the Christmas film is its own genre of movie. There's no other holiday. Like, maybe Halloween comes close, but you can't count that because horror movies are not all about the holiday. So, like, what else? There's no like huge amount of like Hanukkah, Yom Kippur, if we're talking religion, Diwali movie, like, you know, that doesn't exist, and there's no large amount of any other type of movies I could think of for any other holiday. Like, Christmas is the thing. Like, even Hollywood ain't canceling Christmas.
Yeah.
Even those dirty baby eating liberals in Hollywood aren't even canceling Christmas.
But yeah, you know, I mean, it's such a goofy thing that I honestly can't. I am fascinated and horrified by the whole thing because on one hand you have just the genius of the political argument, you know, where you frame yourself as being the pro Christmas party, and thereby frame the other party as anti-Christmas, which is not true. I mean, people have convinced themselves that Obama never said Merry Christmas. There are videos of him repeatedly saying Merry Christmas over and over and over. People have made these compilations because they're like, no, here's proof. And people go, he didn't say it.
Parker, have you considered that every time Obama said Merry Christmas, he had his fingers crossed behind his back? Yeah.
It's entirely possible. It's entirely possible. But you know, and a lot of the stuff during the Obama years was that they were trying to play to that, oh, is he a secret Muslim kind of thing, you know?
Right.
Which, God,
hey, according to
everything
Trump,
is so dumb.
According to Trump, even the Muslims are saying Merry Christmas nowadays. Even he was propping that up. I mean, so the idea that Obama, the secret Muslim, couldn't be saying Merry Christmas, even that gets thrown out the window with even Trump's own line of thought. I mean, these guys make no sense. No sense.
I mean, but think about how, like, okay, so Democrats get in office, and it's like, here's a big list of things that you need to do, and they're going to be very hard to do. Some easier than others. And Democrats are like, I don't know what to do, and just freak out and not do any of it. But then Republicans get in there, and their list of things to do, it's like evil shit, and then wage fake wars, like be Don Quixote, you know. I mean, that's kind of what it is. It's Trump's waging a war on Christmas. I mean, or he's fighting for Christmas. I mean, you had PolitiFact, who one day I'll talk more about this, but there was a time I criticized PolitiFact. They got very angry and emailed my bosses at Media Matters because I was just like, this is terrible, this is horrible. I think I made fun of how like one of the fact checker dudes looked. I was like, this dude, and it was stupid of me. But anyway, so you know how PolitiFact does these like keeping track of the promises and thing that they do, and they're like, promise kept, promise broken, and they're super literal about it. They're like, Trump promised not to make cuts to Social Security or Medicare, promise kept. I mean, every single year he was in office, he proposed cutting Medicare. It's just Congress stopped him from doing it. But they gave him a promise kept because while he tried, he was not successful. And there was, Obama promised to advocate to pass LGBTQ non-discrimination protections. That didn't happen, so promise broken. And so they gave PolitiFact gave Trump a promise kept for, I want to make sure I've got the wording right. Here was the promise he made. If I become president, we're going to be saying a Merry Christmas at every store.
Promise kept.
You can leave Happy Holidays at the corner. Other religions can do what they want.
I'm gonna assume that PolitiFact literally sent someone to every store in America to confirm, because I remember like if I don't know, like during like the 2020 primaries or 2016 primaries, like if Bernie Sanders said something where they could like twist it into like like if he said like 125,000 people are, and it's just a random number, don't come at me if I'm just making something up here. 125,000 people don't have any insurance. And they're like, we did the numbers. It's actually 125,005. Bernie Sanders, wrong. I mean, they would be doing that type of shit.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, they did that constantly. But with Trump, he lied so constantly that you had places like PolitiFact grading him on. I mean, it was the same curve that so many people in media graded him on, where it was like, well, he didn't shit his pants on stage, so great job. You know, like that was like the bar that they set for him.
I mean, honestly, if he didn't shit his pants on stage, I think I would be saying he didn't keep his promise. I was expecting some pants shitting.
I was expecting shit, but yeah, you know, and so basically, the PolitiFact thing is hilarious though, because they were like, yeah, so for the second year in a row, the official White House Christmas card says Merry Christmas. And it does not say Happy Holidays anywhere. And we couldn't find Happy Holidays mentions on Trump's Twitter account since taking office. What? You know, I mean, come on. It's so frustrating. And they did it twice. They did it two times, 2017 and 2018. They had someone write a whole article fact-checking this and saying Trump's keeping his promise.
Wow.
Everything is so unbelievably dumb.
Wow. I mean,
yeah,
it's he got so many passes, but you know, the idea that you would even like bother giving him a credit for people saying Merry Christmas is the most ridiculously absurd thing.
Oh, man.
Like, I think that might take the cake, honestly.
I just clicked over to the PolitiFact page for like the Biden promise tracker. It's not going to end well for him on this, like, because he made a lot of big promises.
Yeah. He's
yeah, good luck.
He should have kept it more realistic, like Merry Christmas.
You should have said you would say Merry Christmas every once in a while.
He's a Catholic too. He could have made it happen probably a lot easier than Trump.
The top one right now is get COVID-19 under control. I mean, eventually. Hopefully, I know it's off topic, but I keep thinking about hitting the 1 million death mark.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I don't even know. I am trying to prepare myself for how I'm going to feel when we hit this terrifying, horrible milestone that most people are still struggling about.
Well, the thing is, when we do hit that, there's people who would be like, "That's it, only 1 million." I was told there'd be like 10 million deaths. Huh.
Yeah,
all this for nothing. All this for nothing.
Yeah, well, if not for Donald Trump and his great leadership, we would have been at 50 million.
Right. Listen, if it wasn't for Trump fast-tracking those vaccines that we refuse to take because they use it to track us and it's going to kill us in a few months, if it wasn't for Trump fast-tracking those vaccines, we'd all be dead right now. Thank God for Trump and those vaccines, which I don't trust and will not take.